Physical fitness is the state of ultimate vulnerability, a vulnerability in which we all share. If you're a parent, teacher, or someone just looking to take it to the next level, it's time for you to listen up, and it's time for you to finally be able to crush it.
What's going on, Ratio FFL champs, or for those of you who aren't connected with me via my private Facebook group or aren't working with me as a client, welcome. And today is a very good episode, all things protein, because I just love it so much. No, I'm just kidding. But what is important is how much protein we actually get. And we're going to go into all of the things like how much we need, the importance of it, and everything like that. Why? Because protein is more crucial than you could ever imagine. Okay, so just diving right into it. That's what I like to do. My time's precious. Your time is precious. So let's get right down into it. I'm here to help. I'm going to provide you this value. How much protein do you need? Excellent question. Okay, and I'm sure you've read all this research and it's all confusing. Here's the baseline. Here's the simplified. I love this acronym. Keep it simple, stupid. K.I.S.S. K-I.S.S. Keep it simple, stupid. Not that you're stupid. It's just we like to overcomplicate it, and that's just silly. All right. So here's the answer. You need 1 pound per desired body weight. Excuse me, 1 gram per 1 pound of desired body weight. So since I screwed that up, getting that out, that was a mouthful for some reason. You need 1 gram per desired body weight. Okay, so that means if I am 200 pounds and I want to be 160 pounds, then I need 160 grams of protein a day in order to achieve that goal weight of 160 pounds. Now, this is the generic baseline and starting point. This can fluctuate along your journey as you get closer to that goal weight, okay? Or at any time along that journey, all right? But to start out, 1 gram of protein per desired body weight, per pound of desired body weight. So if you want to be 160 pounds, there you go, 160 grams of protein. Now, vice versa. Let's say you're 100 pounds and you want to be up to 130 because you want to be a little healthier weight and you want a little bit more meat on your bones. I totally support that too. Same concept. You want to be 130 pounds? That means you should be consuming 130 grams of protein a day. All right. I think you're all smart enough. You guys know what I'm getting at. So whatever weight you want to be at, that is the number of grams of protein you need a day. All right. Now, why is that important though? Why is protein so important? Well, our body is going to be flowing between 1 or 2 different modes or states, if you will. Okay. For those of you who have advanced knowledge in this already, I'm going to keep this super simple because my goal is to make this information digestible so that you understand how important this is and apply it to your life without having to do all this crazy little bit of research and stuff like that. Okay, so why are these 2 flows important, or states important to know? Well, we have catabolic, which is where our body's breaking down muscle for energy, okay, and storing fat for energy to use in the future. Now, anabolic, okay, is where our body's doing the opposite, where our body's building, maintaining, and repairing lean muscle and burning fat for energy, okay? Now, which one do you think you want to be in? Oh, yeah, the anabolic, A for awesome, right? I want to be building, repairing, and maintaining my lean muscle and burning fat, of course, Mike. But here's the kicker. What do you think gets us in that anabolic state? Of course, everyone wants to be in this awesome state, but what actually gets us to be anabolic? There's one thing: protein. And that's through our what? Starts with an N, ends in nutrition. Through our nutrition. So our protein consumption, that includes our meats, that includes, the eggs, that includes any protein in our diet, your protein supplements, and we'll talk about those here in a little bit. But protein is the only thing that gets us in this A for awesome state. So if you're ever eating healthy and you're not losing weight, or maybe you're actually gaining weight, there's a good chance you aren't eating that good amount of protein based off of our first point that we talked about. You need 1 gram of protein per pound of desired body weight. Okay. Again, if you want to be 160 pounds, you need 160 grams of protein starting out. And you want to be 130 pounds, you need 130 grams of protein starting out a day. Okay, so if you go ahead and do a quick audit of yourselves, chances are you aren't anywhere near that. So first, mind ninja number one, I'm telling you, if you want to lose weight, if you want to burn fat, you need to eat more protein. You need to eat more of that source in order to get the results you want, which is completely opposite of every marketing thing you've ever heard in your life. Okay, but those who listen to me, all 106 of my clients that I've helped, this process works. Okay, and it puts their body conditioned and set to fight excess weight gain in the future by doing this. Okay, so we want to be A for awesome. We have to get that protein in. Okay, we want to build our lean muscle and burn fat. We need to get that protein in. Okay, at the same time, there are whole many other just health and wellness like benefits to protein. Protein is responsible for your DNA to replicate. Going back to school real quick, our DNA is constantly being replicated and duplicated over and over and over and over. Protein is a huge component of that. It literally is a building block, okay, for it. It also improves bone density. Ladies and men too. I care about these next three things as well. Hair, skin, and nails. Protein is a direct component that gives us that healthy hair, skin, and nails that we want, which helps with what? Healthier skin, tighter skin, collagen, which is part of it, elastin, which is part of it, the tightness of our skin. We're not anti-aging, we're just helping our body stay healthy so that the aging process, maybe treats us a little better, because who doesn't want that? I know I don't want those crow's feet, around my eyes. So protein does more than just build muscle and burn fat, okay? Most people think it's just about muscle. That is true. However, here's the last thing about muscle and protein. On top of all the other benefits that protein has, and yes, it helps build and maintain and repair that lean muscle. The more lean muscle we have, the higher our metabolism, our metabolic rate is. So here's the super cool part, right? That means if you're putting on good lean muscle mass, because you're feeding your body the right amount of protein, that means naturally sitting here, as you're listening to this or watching this, you are going to be burning more calories, because muscle is the most metabolic organ that our body has. Now, what does that mean? That means excess calorie burn. That means more energy expenditure. That means the propensity or the likelihood of burning more fat and burning more calories daily equals more weight loss over time. So if that doesn't give you the importance of protein by now, I don't know what will, but I'm pretty sure you guys are all smart enough. I know you're all smart enough. You're on the right track. Now, how do I know and how do I gauge these meals? I'm going to give you a little pro tip, little extra credit here, okay? How do I figure out these portion sizes and meal sizes? I'm going to give you two extremely simple ways. One's going to be more accurate than the other, okay? And I'll tell you which one it is. The first way, super simple. Let's say you don't have the means to get a way to track your food, okay? I use the First Form app, and I'll have that link in the description, or you can message me for the link. But I literally track my food, I scan it, and all that stuff. If you don't have the financial means for that, that's okay. If you just eat a palm size, your palm, look at it. There you go. Palm size of protein. That's going to be around 4 to 5 ounces. Okay. So that is a good place to start in terms of portion size. Okay. Now, the second way is what I mentioned first, actually, being able to actually track your food in a tracker like, a lot of people use MyFitnessPal. There's a couple other ones that I've heard out there. The one that I like the most because you get the most out of it for most bang for your buck is the First Form app. Okay. Very similar to any other ones, but that app has so much more to include workouts, tracking our water, messaging features, like live video. It's insane. Okay. So if you're looking for more bang in your buck, check the link in the bio. And cool fun fact, if you go that route, you'll have me as a coach. All right. But you can actually track your meals that way to figure out how much portion size or how much protein you need at every meal in order to get to that 160 grams or whatever your number is. Mine is 175. Okay. So we're going to break down, how do I know if I'm getting enough at each meal? Well, if you got that way to track, you can see just by scanning it and you can adjust the amounts. But it's always good going into your meal preparation or portion size preparation, knowing, okay, how much you actually need. And it's kind of quite simple. And what I'm going to do here is, for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to pull something up and we're just going to type through this real quick. All right. So it's a whiteboard. A couple things you need to know. All right. We're going to call this protein portion size prep. Okay. First things we need to know. One, are we using protein supplements? Number two, what else am I consuming that may have protein in it already other than protein supplements? Things like my vitamins, sports drinks, anything else you take on a daily. Okay. So first question, are we taking any supplements? I do. Most people that I know who are on this journey have taken any type of protein supplement in some way, shape, or form. All right. So how do we do that? Okay. How do we take those two things into account? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're going to do some simple calculations. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen again for those of you watching on YouTube. Okay. But here's what's going to happen. Those of you just listening to the podcast, you'll be able to follow along. Here is the First Form app. This is me, my nutrition. As you can tell here, my goal is 175. Now, how do I break that down? I'm glad you asked. Boom. We're going to whip out a calculator. I need 175 grams of protein. I know I'm going to utilize a post-workout shake that's going to give me about 44 grams of protein. Okay. So what did I say we need to do? We need to subtract the supplement from our overall number. So now I need to come up with another 131 grams of protein for my day, right? But I also know that I'm going to utilize a meal replacement shake as a snack, which is going to give me about another 24 grams of protein. So I'm going to subtract that 24, boom, 107. Okay. 107. You're going to do it for your number, but this will give us the new amount that we need to get in every single day. For simplicity purposes, I know most people like to work the day around 3 whole food meals, 3 other meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, or however that works out for you. Okay, so we need now this new number. For me, it's 107. For you, it's yours, to come up with 107 grams of protein for me, whatever it is for you, between 3 meals, in addition to those shakes, right? So we divide 107 for me and your number for you by 3. Now that gave me, I'm going to round up, 36 grams of protein that I need to get in each meal. Okay, so 36. That is what I now need. So now, why is that important though? Why is that number so important? Because now you know a gauge for your protein sources, okay, or the portion size. So real quick, I'm going to share my screen one more time. Well, what do you mean? What do you mean that gives me my gauge? Well, if you go ahead and take a look at your beef, go ahead and take a look at your chicken, the packaging, or like I said, you have this app or a way to track, go ahead and type in one of your meats, chicken breasts. That is a classic go-to. So I'm just going to go hit chicken breasts, switch it to ounces as my portion size. Now check this out. I needed 36 grams, right? Look at this. 1 ounce is only giving me 9 grams right now. So I'm going to go ahead and replace this number with maybe 3. Oh, we're at 26. 3 ounces gives me 26. What about 4? 4 ounces gives me 35. You know what? That's pretty close. That's good. For us starting out, that's good. So boom, now I know that 4 ounces of chicken breast give me the portion size for my lunch or dinner that I need. So that means I know chicken, and chicken's relatively the same across the board. I need 4 ounces of chicken to ensure that I'm getting that protein for that meal, whether it's lunch or dinner. Now we'll take the same concept, but I like beef. All right, cool. Let's get some ground beef. Most of us go a little leaner, right? So we'll go ground beef 96. I need 36 grams of protein. Look at this, 3 ounces only gives me about 25. So I know right off the bat, maybe I could just go 0.5. Nope, can't go 0.5. 4. What if we go 4.5? 4.5 gives me guaranteed 36 ounces. But for simplicity reasons, you could go 4 ounces and throughout the other things in your meal, that'll put you over the top for that 36 or for that number. Okay. So here's where you just got to plug and play. So now you can go ahead and plug and play whatever your meat source, your protein source is, in order to build your menu, in order to build your meals. Okay. So all you need to do at this point is pick out the meats that you love, the protein sources that you love to eat. Okay. And then what I want you to do is take chicken, for example, and write out every single meal that you can make with chicken. Ground beef, if you like ground beef, every single meal for ground beef. Tuna, same thing, so on and so on and so on, with every single part of your protein source, your meat source. Okay. Now that you have your menu of all these different meals, okay, you now know how much meat you need in every meal. Crazy, right? So now you know going into any meal, whether it's your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, how much you need to make of that protein source in order to make sure that you're getting in, which makes what 10 times easier? Prep. You can prep 10 times easier because you can go ahead and say, hey, I want to prep for 3 days. My lunch is for 3 days of chicken. You know that because every lunch I need 4 ounces, I want it for 3 days. 4 times 3, that gives me 12 ounces. I need to cook 12 ounces of chicken and then separate it into 3 different containers equal, and you know that it's good. What does that mean for grocery shopping? You could get down and dirty and actually start saving money because you know exactly what you need to get. Now, what if I have a family? What if I have this? What if I have that? Same thing applies. Same thing applies. You want to save some green? Go ahead and do a little bit of research like I'm doing right now. You want to take charge of that aspect of your life? This is how you do it. Okay, that is the big picture impact to this. Yes, you want to lose weight, you want to look good, you want to feel good. I'm all there. I'm juiced for you and with you. But there's a bigger picture to this, and you have to understand the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that this can impact more than just how you feel about yourself. This will impact your finances, your moods, your outlook on life. Okay, the fact that maybe you can feel like you have control in your life again. That is what this did. By just this. This is how you do it. So if you're a parent, if you're a coach, if you're a teacher, if you're someone of influence, someone looks up to you, it is imperative that you do these things. You need to take charge of this life. You need to take charge of this aspect of your life because nutrition feeds into everything else too. I didn't even get into it, and we'll have other podcasts on this topic, but I'm talking hormone balance, immunity health, your feel good hormones, right? Just loving life, energy levels. Look, it starts with protein though. Protein is king. That's why it's king. And that is what I need from you.